What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Quinn here as always, and in this video I need to talk to you guys about something that is super important as you go through life, and that is building your credit score. Now in this video I'm going to give you as much information as I can about either starting over and trying to rebuild your credit score or just starting from scratch, and all of my advice will help either of these situations, so let's jump in and get started. Now, what on earth is a credit score? Basically, it's just a point system or a numerical representation of basically how credit worthy you are. And all of this just means that it helps lenders, when someone is giving you a mortgage, for example, of how responsible you are and how likely you are to repay your debts. Now, there are some crazy benefits to building your credit score, and I'll go through those before we get into how to build your credit score. Now, a great benefit of a credit score is cash back. As you build your credit score, you can get cash back up to 5% on things like groceries, gas, and retail, and then you can then use that money as a credit to pay your balance at the end of the month. Now, this term money balance is something you'll hear a lot, especially in the credit world. And all it means is how much money you owe at the end of each month. Now, another great thing about building your credit score is travel rewards. Now, some credit cards, instead of giving you cash back like I just talked about, they will actually structure it so that for every dollar you spend, you will actually get a mile of travel towards your vacation. Now, a third benefit of building your credit score is the sign-up bonus. You can get different kinds of bonuses for simply signing up for a credit card. For example, I've heard of people who get free vacations for a trip they were already going to go on. You know that thing you want to buy, and you know you really shouldn't buy it, but you know you're going to buy it anyway? Well, these sign-up bonuses are a great way to pay for those purchases of those items. If you use your brand new credit card to pay for those purchases, you can get huge cash incentives and travel rewards by meeting what is called a minimum spending requirement. Now, these are amazing because all you have to do is spend X amount of money in X amount of months to qualify. It's super simple. So these are just a couple of the biggest benefits to building your credit score, and hopefully listening to them has motivated you to keep watching this video and learn how to actually build that credit score. Now, before we move on, make sure to go smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more personal finance and real estate videos. Okay, so hopefully now you have a much better understanding of how this credit score game works. And when you beat this so-called game, you get perks and level of achievements that can unlock possibly tens of thousands of dollars that you can put towards things like cars, or even when you're trying to find lending for a home. This is a huge one, guys. And when you find things like your perfect home and you haven't played this credit score game yet, it's going to cost you for not having played the game earlier, and honestly, it'll be too late by that point. Unfortunately, there are no shortcuts or glitches like there may be in an actual video game. For this game, you just have to play it and know the rules. But if you are wondering how all these companies can give away this stuff for free, they actually make their profit off of people's ignorance and pure laziness. And since you are watching this video, you are definitely not either of these things. So let's not wait any longer and let's go play this game to build your credit score. Now, in order to build your credit score, you need what is called credit worthiness. And in order to have credit worthiness, you actually need a credit card. It's kind of like job hunting. To get a good job, you need experience. But to get experience, you need a job. Ugh. It's a bit of a catch-22. But let's just jump in and go to it. Here's what you have to do. Step 1. Regardless if you are trying to rebuild your credit score or if you're starting from scratch, get yourself a credit card. This is about as plain and simple as it can get. Now, step 2. regardless of which credit card you choose. Once you receive it, congratulations! You have completed the first level of this credit score game. Now let me explain the rest of the rules. So here's what I want you to do. First thing is never, ever, under any circumstances, carry a balance, and always, always pay off your credit card every single month. Now you have to make sure you beat this level, because paying off your credit card in full every month takes up 35% of your credit score. Now this is a huge chunk, and it's very easy to overcome this if you know how to do it. The easiest way to pass this level is as soon as you have your physical credit card, go online to that website and set up auto pay. This way you will never miss a payment and forget about it. I assure you that if you don't do this, you will absolutely forget the first or second month because it's not a part of your regular routine. So make sure you're setting up that auto pay as soon as you get that card. But the next level you have to be is the utilization rate, which means the amount of money you use every month versus how much money you have access to. So if you want to have a good credit score, you should use no more than 10% of the money you have access to. For example, if I have $100 in my bank account that I have access to, every month I can only use about $10 of that to keep a good credit score. Now, most of you will have more than $100 in your bank account, so staying under this 10% isn't too difficult, but you want to be mindful of it so you're not going over all the time. Now, this level makes up 30% of your credit score, so just like our first level, this one's a big one. Make sure not to neglect this one because I know a lot of people forget about it. Now, on the other hand, don't try to be too clever and spend $0 every month because there is a minimum of 1% that they need to see you spending. Now for this third level, you need to know and understand this level, but you don't have to beat it. What you need to know is the types or variety of credit. Now this sounds complicated, but there's only two that you need to worry about. The first is installment loans, and the second is revolving credit. Installment loans is anything you borrow money to pay for. This can include your personal loan, student loans, car payments, mortgages, and anything like that. But don't be confused by this either, because you do not need to use your credit card to pay for your installment loans. They just want to see that you're able to borrow money from someone and you can consistently make payments. They don't care how you make these payments as long as you make them and you make them on time. Also, just to be clear, your phone payments do not count as installment loan. Now, on the other hand of installment loans is revolving credit, and all this is just having your credit cards. So if you're watching this right now and you already have your credit card, you are set with revolving credit. Now, both installment loans and revolving credit make up 10% of your credit score. So please, do not go buy something and go into debt just to please your credit score. You do not need to do this to build an excellent credit score. Now, the fourth level to master in building your excellent credit score is the number of inquiries. Now, this takes up another 10% of your credit score. So anytime you inquire about borrowing money, they inquire about your credit report and score, and that dings you. Now, although it's 10%, it does add up fast. And the worst part is that it takes 24 months or 2 years to fall off your report. So at any given time, do not apply for more than 2 credit cards. Trust me. Okay, now the last level to beat is kind of like the ultimate boss in Super Mario Bros., which is the age of history. Now this one hurts a lot of young people because their credit history is pretty short, but in just 1 year, you can get your credit score above 700. But if you want to get to that perfect score level of 800, then it'll take you at least 5 to 10 years to get there. And this accounts for about 15% of your total score. But now that you know how to use your credit card like a boss, you need to know how to check your credit score. And you can do this by performing what is called a soft inquiry. This is so you don't disrupt your performance by performing a hard inquiry. Because remember, the number of inquiries will ding you. So to do your soft inquiry, you can download the app or go online to Credit Karma, and it's all free and super easy to use. Now your score will range anywhere from 300 to 850, but anything that is 750 or higher is what's going to get you that prime rate. Anything that's above 750 is just for showing off. Alright, so if you follow everything I've told you in all our levels of this game, from about 9 months to a year, at the end of this year, your credit score should shoot up to 700 and above. But once this happens, do not stop playing this game because it is constantly changing based on your behaviors with that credit card. So you want to make sure you're always keeping up with those levels. And you never know when you're going to need that credit score to buy that dream home one day. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video this week, and before you leave, make sure to go smash that like button and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. Take care guys.